TV Africa, and I hope you guys are doing amazingly well. I hope that the week has been going on great. I mean, it's just the second day of the week, but I know that it's definitely going on great for you. You guys let me know how your week has been going so far in the chat box below. Thank you so much for all that you do for us at Gusto TV Africa. Thank you for your likes, your comments, your shares. Thank you so much for every quarter of contribution to see to the growth and progress of the community to ensure that you keep staying updated. Thank you so much for all that you do for us. I say gracias. Thank you so much. And you guys, this morning we have a lot in the news, guys, like a lot. And I will be needing your honest opinion on every piece of update that I give you this morning. You guys remember, you know how we do it now. Put your opinion with your full chest. Don't try to mince words. Don't try to start, sugarcoating anything. Put your honest opinion in the chat box. Starting off strong, guys, with the one Afrobeat artist that has told us countless times that he stands strong and nothing, can be minus. So be no go minus. Definitely, we're talking about Davido. So definitely, you guys know that. Ever since Davido announced that the five is coming, the five album is coming, he has not left the news. Everybody has had one or two things to say about Davido. And this is because this man self has always been giving us reasons to talk about him. I mean, if there's one artist that is always in the news, good, bad, better, worse, it is portable. But you guys know that Davido has been in the news for good reasons ever since he announced, the release of the five album. Except, of course, when fans want to drag him, and it seems like this morning fans have been so chill and cool, and Davido has actually done something very exciting, very nice to these people that they're like, okay, you know what, we're giving him all the flowers this morning. Just take the flowers. So Davido has gone ahead to perform another single off the five album. Guy, waiting's up now. Waiting they happen. I mean, are we supposed to listen to all of these songs before the album actually drops? This was fans reaction and what everybody had to say yesterday, all through last 2 weeks. Like, man, chill with this, this snippet that you're dropping. Chill with this, previewing songs and everything. Leave that, element of surprise. Let us listen to these songs and be surprised that, oh, this is actually what's on the album. Not playing everything to us and then the album now drops. It now looks like we're just repeating what we already know or what we've already heard. And now you guys know that during the weekend he performed a track off the five album that featured Shensia in California, and now he's performed another one, 10 Kilo, in New York City, and this track is also off the five album. At this point, we really do not know why Davido is doing it, but you guys let me know in the chat box if you think that Davido is actually previewing most of these songs, probably because he's so excited, or maybe this is probably the best body of work that he has ever put together by himself, coming under, his name. You guys let me know in the chat box why you think Davido is actually previewing this much songs before the album actually drops. And definitely let's go straight into the streets of X, to hear what people have had to say. So we have Spade saying, even as a WIZKID fan, this one I eat shy. You see, the moment I saw this reaction, I said, okay, we're heading somewhere. It seems Davido has actually hit the right nerve this morning, and everybody seems to be dancing to his tune because what? Pun intended. Yes, that's all I did there, right? So now, this person, even as a WIZKID fan, even as a WIZKID fan, are you guys seeing that? So you guys let me know if you've heard the song 10 Kilo that Davido has performed again of the Tribe album. Let me know what you think about this. So now we have DJ Abex or Habex. Apologies if I didn't pronounce that right, saying, this is the kind of songs I want from him. Or more, who can say this is not it? I said again, guys. It seems Davido has pressed the right key, and now everybody seems to be dancing to his tune. Because the reactions this morning, guys, mind blowing. Everybody had beautiful things to say. Then we have Israel saying, person will get plans for you, no go stammer normal level, but if na stammer and he get plans for you, if he still stammer or more make person just leak this horrible 10 Kilo. I can't wait to hear it. You guys let me know in the chat box if you've listened to this song, if you've watched it when Davido was performing, and give your honest opinion about this particular song. And there were these two reactions that stood out to us this morning, and I decided to bring it to you guys. Let me leave it to you guys to judge. Let me come and ask you. I mean, on the street of X, it's been a lot of bad words, banting here and here. That from banter to dragons and about this particular one. But you guys work with me and see this. So we have Vincent saying Davido really need to stop this making album lose hype. No, I'll take that again. Davido really need to stop this making album lose hype. And then we now have Hazel or Hazel Chulo. Apologies if I didn't pronounce that right. Saying, bro, this is peak marketing. This is building hype, not losing. Now I'm bringing it to you guys to let me know in the chat box what you think about. I said earlier about Davido actually previewing most of the songs on this album. I mean, even the ones that had collaborations, if there is one track, that I know that a lot of people, a lot of you were looking forward to, what's the one with Shensia? And then he already previewed that they already performed it together. You guys let me know if you still have that element of, hype and anticipation about this album. But you guys also let me know if you think that Davido, previewing most of the songs on this album is, already making the album lose the hype and element of anticipation, and nobody's actually anticipating again. Just drop it and let us listen to it. Or you feel like this is, peak marketing, like Azor has said, and this is building, the momentum and the whole hype around the album and not actually losing it. Let us know your thoughts in the chat box below. Talking about hype, guys, if there's one person that has held that microphone when it comes to hyping, that has held that microphone even better than the hype men in the clubs and parties, it has to be Ruger. Ruger has gone on to ever since the beginning of the year, from hyping his album to hyping WIZKID to hyping the FCs. See, this man don't even turn hype man at this point. Maybe we just had hype man to his Instagram bio at this point, or his biography. So now we know Ruger has always been about album. The album finally dropped. Everyone had a lot of things to say, and you guys let me know what you think in the chat box about that album and your favorite track of the album. Now, while everybody, were resting, maybe Ruga was even sleeping, or he was eating, or maybe he was even in the studio cooking another eat for you guys. Then Abbas, on the street of X, just came up unprovoked. Maybe he just woke up. Maybe he saw Ruga in the dream. Maybe WIZKID told him something. Who knows? And he came and said, WIZKID FC won't use fake love wound Ruga. Baba Rush drop album, no song they top 20. You guys, this one is actually deep, very very deep, because how did he come to this conclusion? I mean, what was he thinking about? Was he thinking about the fact that Ruga was just all over the FCs and WIZKID when his album was about to drop, hyping the album, and maybe he was just thinking that when I drop this album, the FCs, will support me. Now, for those of you that might not really understand the correlation between Ruga and the FCs, yes. So sometimes last year, WIZKID that posted that he's actually in love, he's vibing to one of Ruga's song, Make Way, and then Ruga, his head was like, really? Thank God. Finally, my idol, one person that I really admire, has come out to acknowledge my work and even said, this is an amazing body of work. And ever since then, Ruga has seemed like, the adopted, child of WIZKID. And he even tweeted one time and said, WIZKID, if you ever want to leave music and stop singing, please just write in your will, in case your children don't want to sing, they don't want to go that route. Just write in your will that I should, inherit your fan base. But it seems like, according to Abbas, this fan base don't want to be inherited though. They're like, guy, you know what, leave us alone. We know who our idol is. Don't come and be trying to be where we don't want you to be, guys. And this man really said, WIZKID FC won't use fake love wound Ruga. Baba Rush drop albums, no song they top 20. This one is actually huge, but you guys let me know in the chat box if you think that Abbas actually has a point, or he's just spitting off his head and what, he's done. He said, I want to take him serious, right? Now let's go into the street of Hex as usual. This is one street that they will never ban us from. This is one street that we'll keep going into to get your reactions from. And then we have Matty saying, they chats no mean say the album no sweet. But what do you guys think about this? I used to think that you guys felt the statistics, the numbers, the chart toppings, the certifications, and all of those things will actually, determine if a song or a project is good or not. But now Marty is saying, they chat no mean say the album no sweet to make una know as you dey as una go dey talk. You should know what you're saying, man. The fact that our faves album is not, topping chart doesn't mean that it's not interesting. We where they chop am, we they chop am. That's what Marty is saying. Then we have Fob Cyril saying, people go push you. Remember, no push yourself. This has to be a subtle shade, and you guys know who this subtle shade is. But do you guys really think that WIZKID has pushed Ruger to a point and then now abandoned him? You guys let me know in the chat box if you think that at this point WIZKID has abandoned Ruger, because ever since Ruger actually dropped this album, we've not seen WIZKID post about Ruger, post about this album, post about the body of work, even when a particular track list that ended up not being real surfaced on the internet. We still did not hear anything from WIZKID, but WIZKID has still gone ahead to co-sign like a lot of artists, including Charlie Poppy's brother, guys. And now we still not heard anything about him, about Ruger from him. Do you think that he's probably left Ruger to his own, and he's like, you know what, I just the one way I do that time, I just do. I'm not be say I really mean I'm not that he really wants to have anything serious to do with Ruger. But you guys let me know in the chat box if you think that that is the whole gist of the whole matter. Then we have Blessed Easy saying, nothing like fake love. Now the guy saying rubbish. This is another conversation on its own. Did you guys think that Ruger's album is actually what Blessed Easy thinks he is or says he is? It's saying that now the guy is saying rubbish, but do you guys really consider Ruger's album to be mid? Do you really think that this album is not one that anyone would want to vibe to? All the tracks on it, you guys let me know which one is your favorite, and if you think that is actually mid like Blessed Easy has said, you guys let me know in the chat box why you think that it is. You guys also let us know if you think that WIZKID has actually abandoned Ruger. Now, talking about abandonment, talking about cancellation, talking about an artist that everyone would literally thought that that was the end. There's no way you want to drop song and then anybody will be vibing to it. Everybody actually really really came together to cancel this artist. Cancel, like, you know what, we don't want to listen to you again, we don't want to listen to you. And you guys know that after everything that happened about the Mobad issue, Naira Marley, Zinolesky, the Malians, we even had some radio stations go as far as saying that they will not be playing songs from this particular record label. And everyone really thought that, what, if they really cancel these people, that's the end. When Nigerians were actually going at that time, you would think that if they drop a song, or not even Bird would stream that song. But then Zinolesky recently dropped a single, Most Wanted, and then information reaching us at the headquarters now is like, you people have actually backed down when it comes to cancellation, or just maybe, like other fans are saying, nah, farming, nobody really they stream the song. But Zinolesky's Most Wanted single has now rise to a new peak of number 6 on the Nigeria Apple Music Top Songs chart, guys. Number 6. You guys, number 6. Now I'm going to ask you, do you really think that this whole issue of cancellation, artist cancellation, no longer listening to an artist, does it really work in this part of the world? Like, this part of the world, can people really come together to say, you know what, we don't want to listen to this person again, and they'll actually not listen to this person again? Now, this song has gone as far as earning over 400k. Now we're talking about 466,000 streams on the first day of release on Spotify, guys. The first day that this song dropped, 466k streams on Spotify, and then it becomes Zinolesky's biggest streaming day on a song on the platform Spotify. Now I'm asking you guys again, do you really think, or is it that people are like, you know what, Nazino with a fight, no be the song? That's another angle, guys, right? But you guys let me know in the chat box if you think that this whole thing about cancellation can actually work in this part of the world that we are in. If you think that WIZKID has actually abandoned Ruger and like, you know what, I don't really want anything serious with you, I just vibe with your song at that point or at that time, and then I don't think I'm still interested. And also let us know if you think that Davido or more about Lowo himself is actually already doing too much, previewing almost all the songs on this album. Now let's go into the street of X to listen to what the fans are having to say about Zinolesky. So now we have Pamilerin saying, and Sheyi lowest stream on Child of Africa Mako garnered 463K. Now this is where the comparison comes in. Let me ask you guys, between Zinolesky and Sheyi Vibes, who do you think is actually holding the street down in terms of numbers, in terms of streams, in terms of, doing amazingly well with their artistry and their songs? And then we have Zaki saying, cancelled, I asked you guys, do you guys really think that this whole gist about cancellation or no cancellation is actually really working? And do you feel that Zinolesky might be doing even much more with streams and, certifications, global recognitions, if everything that happened did not happen, guys? And that's what we're going to be having on the news this morning. Thank you so much for sticking with us till this very moment. Thank you so much for all that you do for us once again at Gusto TV Africa. We really do not take your love for granted. We say thank you, and like I said earlier, gracias. I'll see you guys again in the evening. Bye.